It's been a little while. That thing right there, that thing that looks like a hot dog that's supposed to be me, but I drew it on 2 hours of sleep, and, so it's a real good time to not talk about Inkgrass right now, okay, let's address the elephant in the room. The next Draw Stickman Epic 2 video is gonna be different. Alright, it's gonna be different now. I've played Draw Stickman Epic 2 for quite a while. I also have played the game more than most people. Have you ever thought of what I did in Draw Stickman Epic 2 before I started speedrunning?
Stupid rats! I'm gonna turn you into canned rats! Well, I mean, that's a funny way to put it, but you know, I had to get my experience from somewhere. I wasn't just a newbie when I walked up and started speedrunning all the Draw Stickman Epic 2 categories. I had actually been playing Draw Stickman Epic 2 for a while. That's why I started my YouTube channel on it.
So, other people look at Meowmate Squad's characters, Stickums, Len-den. I have always been a canon guy. Well, canon as in the story from Draw Stickman Epic 2, the game. And as to what this means, I think of Stickman and Bob, which are supposedly their canon names, but no one has ever explained why that was. I'm here to explain that. After you finish drawing a Stickman, you go to name it. But if you leave this name blank, it ends up just naming itself Stickman. And if you leave the names for your tools blank, they'll also just end up being sword, pickaxe, and key. Now, if you do the same thing when drawing your friend, it'll end up naming itself friend. Okay, hold on. If you do this during the intro, your friend will call himself Bob. And that, I suppose, is their canon names. That's why they're called Stickman and Bob. But you know, at the same time, there's no canon drawing of them. The closest we've got is this, which I've used this drawing to represent them in canon. Except we do have the achievement art, which is interesting, because it looks like they would be orange and blue if they existed as characters. And don't forget the trailers that we've seen them in. Or at least seen Stickman. I don't recall seeing Bob ever. And HitSense might have wanted to keep it that way, give him a little bit more mysterious nature. However, I find a sort of reference in the game to these two colors. When you open the sketchbook to draw a Stickman, the default selected color is orange, and when you draw a friend, the default selected color is blue. Interesting. So, it could be assumed that these colors represent Stickman and Bob. But that brings something else up. For Draw Stickman Epic 1, the default color is this faded brown. So, well, I have always believed that there is a third Stickman. A guy specifically from Draw Stickman Epic 1. And your friend is drawn like this. In Draw Stickman Epic 1, there's no way to draw the friend but orange. Does that mean that Stickman is actually the one saved in Draw Stickman Epic 1? Well, there's a slight caveat. If you don't name your friend in Draw Stickman Epic 1, the default name is also Bob. So, say what you will, but in my opinion, I think it's much cooler to have a third Stickman. So, you're my friend's friend, huh?
Yeah, I'm his friend. My voice sounds a little bit weird because I got corrupted.
Yeah, I was about to ask you that. I've heard of this new corruption thing. I don't know what it's supposed to be exactly.
Well, it's kind of ZERP 2.0.
Are you kidding me? Bro, I was not brought back here to deal with another
thing with red eyes. Oh God, that's what. That's it, huh?
The red eyes. That and he stole gold and stuff.
Okay, I kind of just wanted to get back here to see Stickman again. Where is he?
Oh well, he went to a labyrinth.
Oh no, what do you mean labyrinth?
Ink. He has multiple forms.
What? So I enjoy thinking about the canon story of Draw Stickman Epic 2. And then there's another way crazier thing. On the last level, the only collectible is actually just the good ending, saving your friend. Well, we see in the Drawn Below trailer that the heart puzzle was actually complete. You need to get all 14 puzzle pieces to do that, and it means that Stickman, he completed the puzzle and saved his friend. Well, how exactly would Stickman go about doing that?
Because on your first playthrough, you can't collect all the items.
To collect all the puzzle pieces, you need items from later levels. There's this puzzle piece under some rocks in Chapter 2, which you can only blow up and get the puzzle piece if you have the wire pencil, which you can only get from Chapter 3. Could it be Stickman is a time traveler? Oh man, Stickverse, it makes sense now.
What?
I've actually figured for a while now that Stickman or his friend might have needed it because they were just created at the start of Epic 1. They would know nothing. And meanwhile, Zarp, he's an adult who fully knows what he's doing. He's an evil mastermind. How can they stand up to Armadillo monsters? Well, frankly, I'm too tired to explain anymore. But I enjoyed making this video, definitely. And just because I talk about canon lore doesn't mean this stuff isn't awesome, because it is.
And LENDEN, honestly, is a better character.
In fact, by creating a new side story to Draw Stickman Epic 2, it creates a lot more to be interpreted, and it's not just another video. Since I am so interested in the canon lore of Draw Stickman Epic 2, I was thinking that instead of creating a new story, I'm gonna create a alternate version of the game story where Bob, he still gets saved by the puzzle, but Ink is able to hold Stickman back long enough to corrupt him, and Len-den is the one that leads. Wait, no, I did a worse version of the meme. I called Bob Len-den. No, you didn't just do that. Really? You called me Len-den? Do I look like Len-den to you?